Okay, we are here at Helsinki Airport, gate 18, ready to board our flight to Berlin. So this is the second part of a 3-part video. So if you want to see the first part, please check it out right here. Something right there. Anyway, so they just called our group, so we gotta go. We got a window seat. Way. Here we go. Hey. We got like the front row of the plane. Like, how does that happen? Look, you can see the onboarding ramp from inside the window. This is crazy. I'm in like the front row window. This is like the best seat in the house. This is awesome. Wait, let's back up. Hey guys, my name is Christine, what is up? So my last video we kicked off my 3-week trip to Europe with 6 days in Helsinki, Finland. I had an absolutely amazing time, so much so that I didn't really want to leave. I saw the waterfront, took a day trip to Tampere to visit the Moon Museum, got a tattoo, met some amazing people, lost my glasses. It was a lot of fun. This week for part 2, we are spending the week in Berlin, Germany. So as I explained in part 1, I'm a bit of a language person. I studied Finnish for 9 months and then went to Finland just because I liked how the language sounded. Likewise, I studied German for a couple years when I was in high school just on my own. I never really got to use any of it because I didn't know anyone who spoke German. But when planning this trip, I figured as long as I'm cramming one language into my head, maybe I'll also freshen up on my German and try that one as well. So I've always been interested in visiting Berlin specifically. In addition to speaking a little German, I'm also a bit of a Cold War buff. I was a kid when the Berlin Wall came down, but it wasn't until my early 20s when I learned a little more about the Warsaw Pact and the satellite countries that were locked behind the Iron Curtain. I kinda just find those sort of dystopian alternative societies fascinating. Like, my YouTube algorithm is packed full of like travel videos to North Korea and documentaries about the Ceausescu regime and whatever else. I'm just a nerd like that. Of course, these Eastern European regimes don't exist anymore and the Iron Curtain is long gone, but there still exist a lot of old relics of the Cold War in countries like Bulgaria, Hungary, and what was East Germany. So I thought it would be really cool to go to where NATO met the Warsaw Pact half a century ago and see where one of the major front lines of the Cold War existed. So for part 2 of our trip, it's off to Berlin. Okay, so here's a fun game for future Christine to play. Find that. What is that? Okay, we are here. So, I got a mint on the way off the plane. That's really interesting. I've never ridden in the first row, so I'm not used to like, they pull the thing up and everybody just gets up automatically and then you're off the plane. I'm used to sitting on the plane at the gate before having to get off. So that was a new experience for me. Once we deplaned, it was off to baggage control, where I had no issue finding my bag. And from there, it was off to passport control. We got our bag! Look, there it is! Now, since Finland and Germany are both part of what is known as Schengen, there wasn't much in the way of passport control. Since I already explained the reason for my visit and my travel plans to the officer in Helsinki, getting into Germany was just a matter of scanning my passport onto the little machine at the airport. Once I made it through passport control, I made a fairly trivial attempt to figure out how to get to my hostel by train. But because of all of the delays in Helsinki and being unsure of the rules at the hostel while trying to figure out a ticketing system of a train I'd never ridden on with a bunch of heavy luggage, I quickly got overwhelmed, threw in the towel, and just called an Uber. After about a 40-minute Uber ride from the airport, I was finally dropped off in front of my hostel in the Rosenthaler Platz area, smack dab in central Berlin. This is crazy. This is so different than Helsinki. This is gonna take, like, I'm sure it's gonna be cool, but this is gonna take some getting used to, for sure. Like, I didn't know that open container laws here just don't exist. So you just walk up into a convenience store, buy a single beer for like €2, and then just walk around the street with it. It's like, that's nuts. That is such a crazy concept to me. Like, I didn't know it was like that here. But yeah, there's, like, it's Sunday night. There's like a scene happening out here. So yeah, this is gonna take some getting used to, but I'm pretty sure by the end of the week I'm gonna love it. Okay, so it is 7:53 in the morning on Montag. I'm waiting for this coffee shop to open so that I can get coffee. I actually slept pretty good last night. I was woken up a couple times, you know, by a train going by and then like an ambulance or something, but it wasn't too bad. So I think today we're going to go to the TV tower, and then we're probably going to go over here and see Brandenburg and the Reichstag, I think, is what we're going to do today. So there's a train that will take us down to the TV tower, which is southeast of here. And then you go west to get to the other two places. So yeah, and then we'll kind of see what's around, maybe get food or something like that at some point. Pretty loose schedule. I'm not, you know, scheduling things very strictly. Yeah, so we'll do that, and then we'll see where the day takes us. So here's a view around our hostel. I can't remember the name of this area. Like, I know if you told me, oh, Rosenthaler. That's it. It's on the sign right there, dingus. Okay, I'm dumb. Beautiful out here. A little warm. That's okay, it's comfortable. No need for a jacket. So, we just got out. It's like 1:30, and I think we need food, and this looks like a good place for it. So it's right across the street from where I'm staying. So we're gonna go in here and grab something, and then we'll head off to there. We're going over there. Weird flat wooden forks. Let's go. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool, actually. I like it. All right, let's see what we got. This is the currywurst special. Oh. I don't know which stop it is. I think it's Alexanderplatz, I think. Here we go. Okay, so the first big touristy stop I made was at the Berliner Fernsehturm. So this is a big TV tower the East German government built in the late 60s. It was built to meet the broadcasting needs of the time, and also as a symbol of socialist achievement and East Germany's standing as a modern legitimate European state. At just over 1,200 feet, it's the tallest structure in Germany and is one of the tallest in Europe. It has an observation deck about 200 meters up with a revolving restaurant. There are actually several towers like this in Germany, but the GDR built the Berlin Tower to serve as an iconic symbol of East Berlin. From its construction until the reunification of Germany, it was seen as a major symbol of the GDR. My attention was drawn to it by East German TV footage and documentaries like the BBC series The Lost World of Communism. Because of that, I've always associated it with East Germany, but after the wall came down, it became one of the most prominent symbols of the country as a whole. Oh! There it is. It doesn't look as tall as it does like on TV and stuff. I imagined it being a lot taller. This is so exciting. Oh, my ears are popping.
There you can enjoy the view with a drink at our bar. For our restaurant, please leave the elevator to the right. We wish you a pleasant stay.
So beautiful. So, ich glaube, dass dort ist der Reichstag und dort ist das Brandenburger Tor. So as we look down on the city, I think what fascinates me the most is that we're not just looking at one city, we're really looking at several versions of the city kind of built on top of each other. Like if you look north, you see buildings and neighborhoods that date back more than 100 years to the Victorian era. Yet if you look to the east, you see Soviet-style prefab apartment buildings erected by the East German government to handle the housing crisis following World War II. And mixed into all of it is all the modern construction and renovations that have been done following reunification, all within the same view. It's like the view from every window tells a different chapter of the city's history. It really is fascinating to see. Well, I guess I should say that was a capitalist part of a city in the middle of East Germany. So, very, very cool. Very cool. This is super exciting. Very cool. Very, very cool. Well, that was really cool. This is a very unflattering angle too. But yeah. So I also got a Trabi. I got a Trabi! Oh my god, look what I found. Look what I found. Look what I found. Oh my god, I'm so excited. This is the first time I'm actually seeing one of these in person. So this thing actually ran on gas and an oil mixture because it has a two-stroke engine, which is something that I'm not going to explain to you right now because it's very complicated. You can look it up. But it was notorious for being a big polluter and unreliable, and it's just a really crappy car. But it's a Trabi. Look at it. So cool. I would love to sit in that thing. So we're going to take the train over here. We're going here. So this is the Reichstag right here. And Brandenburg Gate. That's where we're going next. So yeah. Glad they gave us a good miniature of the city so we can get a good preview of it. I think it's so cool.
You're just a target in a room full of people trying to sell a dream. Got what you wanted, but money fade fast like a summer fling. Was it worth it? The pity feeds flew overseas. Made you believe in stolen dreams, someone else's fears. If you think about it, forgot I agree. Now the weather's clear. My dear, standing face to face with the mirror, like it's zero, no one's got it begin.
Look, it's the Reichstag. That's crazy. That's so nuts. So if I go over here and get a better view of it.
Like an empire, building towers and breaking heights. You wanted to be her, well, guess what? You're what you never had.
So I believe they raised the Soviet flag on one of these statues up here on this side of the building. This is so amazing. I can't believe I'm standing here looking at this building. This is nuts. So we are at Brandenburger Station, and I just wanted to show this off. I thought this was really cool. It shows all kinds of historical things that happened here at Brandenburg Gate. So you can see 33 to 45, SA and SS torchlight procession. And then 45 to 61, the East German border fortification. So 61, I think the wall went up in 61, and that lasted until 89, and it was right next to the Brandenburg Gate, so that became kind of a symbol for when the wall came down. And I thought it was just really cool to see this down here at the station. I wanted to show it off. And then this is when the wall came down. Very, very cool. Yeah, I don't know. I get really excited about stuff like this. That's why, kind of why I wanted to come to this place and see Brandenburg and the Reichstag. A lot of history in this area, so. Okay, so we're down the street from the hostel, and so I think we're gonna eat here. So they have burgers and stuff, so we'll go in and see what we can find. Yeah, they got all kinds of burgers. They have a good vegetarian menu too. And then we got our food here. This is a pretty big burger. I'm so glad I didn't get the double, because that's a lot for me. And then fries. It is hot in here. That is a tasty burger. Alright, so that's probably going to do it for me today. So I'm going to go back and finish charging the devices and just kind of chill for a couple hours and then head off to bed. So yeah, I will see you guys on tomorrow, which is Dean's Talk. Tschüss. Okay, we are at Bernauer Straße. I'm headed towards the Berlin Wall Memorial. So I wanted to take a video before I got on the U-Bahn, but it was like right there, like ready to go as soon as I came down here. So yeah, we're on the way. It should be pretty interesting. We're gonna get to see the Berlin Wall. Okay, so we are on our way to the Berlin Wall Memorial on Bernauer Straße, and as much as I've been fighting the urge, I'm going to give you a super brief explanation as to why there was a Berlin Wall in the first place. So after World War II, Germany was divided into 4 occupation zones controlled by the United States, the UK, France, and the Soviet Union. Berlin, which was well inside the Soviet zone, was divided in a similar way. As relations between the Western Allies and the Soviet Union broke down, Germany eventually became 2 separate countries, the Federal Republic of Germany in the west and the German Democratic Republic in the east. Berlin remained divided as well, which is why you have a non-communist half of a city smack dab in the middle of a communist country. Over the next decade, millions of East Germans left for the west, many by crossing through West Berlin. In 1961, the East German government closed that escape route by building the Berlin Wall around the western part of the city, effectively locking East Germans out until 1989 when the wall came down and the GDR fell. Okay, so I'm trying to hide from the sun as best I can. So we're at the Grins house on Bernauer Straße. This is actually where one of the apartment building was. It was actually on the Berlin Wall. So when they started putting the wall up and closing the border, where I'm sure you've seen those like iconic images of people like jumping out of the windows, trying to flee to the west. So you'll notice that there's these brown pickets sticking up these metal poles, and that's where the wall ran, I believe. But this is really cool stuff to see. As somebody who, you know, a big part of the reason I came was to get a lot of the history and see, you know, some of the relics from the Cold War. This is definitely really interesting to see. I'm very excited to see this. Okay, so we are standing where I think the wall was. So there's a big, this is not the wall, this is just a memorial to it. So, but I think if you go around the corner here, there should actually be a section of it. Right there. Oh, that's crazy. I'm touching it. You can see the guard tower easier from the other side. There's also a big thing over there. I want to see if I can go in there and check that out, because people are able to see it from up there. But so So I think if you come over here, now we're in the east. And there's the watchtower, the guard tower. Okay, yeah, so there you go. So this is the place we were at a little while ago. And then here's the demarcation, the place that we just saw. And then it runs down, and actually if you look, there's some more sections of it that are still there. And then there's the guard tower. It's amazing. It's so amazing to see. So this would be the east, so I wonder if... Oh, that is right. So we're like over here somewhere. So this part is rounded, and this part is not rounded? That's interesting. And then there was barbed wire. See, maybe that was a part of the wall on the other side. And then this is the western wall. Interesting. So yeah, I think the idea that the GDR had was that Westerners would stand here and see that cool thing and think, wow, they must have really interesting stuff going on over there, and then want to go over there. So yeah, we're heading over here to the station. Really cool to see this. This kind of stuff really excites me. So we're gonna go down to see Checkpoint Charlie, see what's all down there. Yeah. Now meet that. Meet that. Meet that. Okay, sorry. Alright, I think we found it. There's like a whole scene over here. Like Checkpoint Charlie themed things all over here. Pretty cool. So we'll cross over here and go see the actual checkpoint. That Lambo. That's pretty cool. And McDonald's right by Checkpoint Charlie. That is so like the ultimate symbol of capitalism right there. That is so cool. Okay, so we just left the Wall Museum gift shop. So there's a Wall Museum here, obviously, but I didn't go in there, but I did get a couple things from the gift shop. I got a postcard and another postcard. So yeah, we're gonna head over to the DDR Museum now. It's just a straight shot down there. The museum closes at 9, so we got plenty of time. So we'll do that, and then I'll head on back to the hostel and grab a drink and some dinner and, you know, just kind of chill out for the night. Okay, we are here in the DDR Museum. So excited to see this. So DDR stands for the Deutsche Demokratische Republik, which is the official German name of the GDR. This museum offers a glimpse of the life and times of living in East Germany behind the Iron Curtain. It's low-key one of the things I was looking forward to the most on this trip. So this should look familiar. This is the western wall. Here's the tower. And this is the eastern side. Oh my god, it's a Trabbie! I want to ride in the Trabbie! Here we go, check this out. This is awesome! I'm gonna sit in a Trabbie! I think they tore it down because of asbestos, but that's something I would love to have seen, but alas, not there anymore. So I thought this was interesting, but at 18 you were entitled to place an order for a car, and then you had to wait 14 years for the car to be made. So one of the coolest things I got to experience in Germany was this mock East German apartment they had set up inside the DDR museum. It's basically set up like a typical 2-bedroom flat with a kitchen, bathroom, and living/dining area. The idea being that if you lived in an apartment in East Berlin, it may have been something like this. Now, it's not completely lost on me that there's a lot of nuance and that housing in the DDR varied quite a bit. So some lived much better, many lived much worse. But the idea is to represent how a lot of East Berliners actually lived in the late 80s. I think what fascinates me about this is that it's one thing to learn about the politics of East Germany, about the Warsaw Pact and the Wall and the Stasi and all that. There's tons of information out there and it's all incredibly important, but getting the chance to experience how people actually lived in that society is another thing. Seeing what kinds of toys and appliances and furniture they would have had, you just can't help but to imagine, if I lived in East Germany in the 80s, this is how I would have watched TV or cooked dinner. This is how I would have slept, and these are the toys my kids would have had. It isn't a depressing showcase of an extremely deprived livelihood like it very well could have been. It actually feels very familiar. It's not markedly better or worse, it's just kind of differently adjacent. It really serves to humanize those who lived under the regime. I don't know, maybe you guys can't relate to that, but I just thought it was really cool to come here and get even this close to that kind of life. here in the museum gift shop for the DDR museum. They have all kinds of cool stuff in here that I would love to have. But I have a limited amount of space in the back, in the suitcase, so unfortunately a lot of this stuff is going to get left behind. But they have all kinds of cool stuff. They have a Sandman doll here. All kinds of toys and books and stuff. Magnets. Really cool stuff. I really want one of these coffee mugs too, but I get a coffee mug from every city that I go to. And I already got one for Berlin. And I have one from Helsinki, and then I'm gonna get one in London too. So I'm coming in with 3 mugs. I think that's enough. All kinds of postcards. Really cool. Really awesome. Danke. Very cool museum. I'm so glad that I got to do that. That was a really cool thing. Wow, that's so awesome. I got to do that. It was so cool in there. All kinds of cool, nifty stuff. So it's almost 6 o'clock. I think I'm gonna go find some food and then head back over to our part of town. Yeah, so, yep, let's go find food. Okay, I found a cool place here for dinner. Between the DDR Museum and Alexanderplatz. I got a Kronbacher. So, it's huge. I didn't expect it to be that huge.
That's what she said.
I got the half liter. I underestimated how big a half liter is. I'm all American and shit. That's okay. I'll take it. So I got a barbecue burger on the way too. So looking forward to that. Cheers. So I'll show you guys some of the souvenirs I got from the DDR museum as well. So the big thing I got was this DDR poster book. It's got like all kinds of propaganda artwork. I got a pen and a magnet. And then I got a few postcards. I got a picture, a map kind of a thing. And this is really cool. I really like that. I think this is going to go on the wall behind my streaming setup. So, alright, my food has arrived. I got a barbecue burger with french fries. Oh, it's a burger with barbecue sauce on it. I thought it was like a pulled pork sandwich. That's okay. That's okay. I'm down with the barbecue burger. Burger is 2 days in a row. It's fine. I can deal. That's really good. The patty looks kind of generic, but it's really good. It's definitely the barbecue sauce. The barbecue sauce definitely makes it taste better. You know what I mean. So there's the place that I ate tonight. It was really good. Super awesome. Super cool. And I paid in German. I talked to German to the guy. He was like, yeah, come pay at the bar. I can't remember the exact words he said. That was so awesome. Ah, that's awesome. It makes me so happy. It doesn't take a lot to please me. So, okay, we're down here in like the bunker of the hostel. I kind of wanted to find a quiet place to shoot that wasn't all awkward. So we're chilling. It's about 10 in the morning, waiting for the dorm to wake up so that I can go up and take a shower and stuff like that. Having a Monster and these cookies that I got from the market across the street. So let's try those out and see if they're any good. So we're gonna go up to Kart Track Schönerlinde today. We have to take like 3 trains to get up there. So it should be interesting to see if I can get up there. But I wanted to show you guys this thing down here in this bunker area. It's like a shrine to David Hasselhoff. Like, this is so cool. I know that he's like kind of an icon here, but check this out. This is really cool. So you see we got pictures here and all kinds of cool stuff. Some of his stuff from Baywatch. But yeah, I thought this was really interesting. I wanted to show you guys. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But it's a pretty cool little place. There's like a bar over there which is closed because it's 10 in the morning. But the luggage room there, they have a big mural to the Hof. That's so cool. David Hasselhoffstrasse. The Hof. Grilled cheese stube. I don't know what this red stuff is. Is that red bean paste? Not the best deli sandwich I've ever had, but it's pretty good. Wollen Sie mein Portion? Danke. Alright, lass uns nach Schönerlinde gehen. Okay, so this is our first time on the S-Bahn. We're heading up to Carroll, so we'll catch RB27, I think it is. I don't know where that is, but we're gonna get on it. So yeah. Alright, so we're at Carroll Station, waiting for RB27 to take us up to Schönerlinde. So, once we get there, we have like a 20-minute walk, which I'm kind of lukewarm about. Alright, we're on the RB27 to Schönerlinde, and I think that's the next stop, I guess. So I got off at the wrong station. Like, it went to Schönerlinde, and I didn't think it was there. Like, the train stopped, but I didn't see, like, a platform out of the window. It didn't look obvious or anything. So we overshot by a station, and now we're waiting for the train to come back. But, dude, this is awesome. Look at this countryside. Like, tell me that's not the coolest landscape ever. That is so cool. I love the way that looks. Okay, well, we're on our way. We're at Schönerlinde, finally. So we got about a 20-minute walk ahead of us through this beautiful countryside. Absolutely beautiful. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Dude, we are like out in it. I wouldn't call it the boonies, but we're definitely, I wouldn't say the sticks, but we're definitely out here in the country, that's for sure. So it's really gorgeous out here though. I really love it. Okay, so after about a 20-minute trek from the station, we finally made it to Kart Track Schönerlinde. I assume so I guess this is the right place, right? Yeah, something tells me we're in the right place. Now, if you remember from part 1 where I visited the car club in Vanta, you'll remember that I did not bring my helmet on this trip. I didn't think I'd be able to use my GoPro, so I didn't even bother bringing my setup. So again, I don't have any onboard footage of me racing. I think I found it. In retrospect, I kind of regret that. I have a feeling that both tracks in Finland and Germany probably would have let me use my GoPro, but it would have been such a hassle to actually take my helmet that I just didn't want to deal with it. I'm gonna have the track to myself here today? I always like it when there's other people to run with. I don't see anybody else. There's a couple cars, but I don't see any go-karts on the track. So the track itself has a pretty interesting long layout with, I counted 18 turns, I guess. Like the track in Helsinki, the Schönerlinde track has two types of karts listed on their website, 9 horsepower and 13 horsepower. When I got there, the 13 horsepower karts were actually out of order, so the only ones they had were the slower 9 horsepower karts. Okay, we're here. Check-in was a little rough. Yeah, so we're here. We're waiting and gonna check it out. I got my roof protector on and everything, so just gotta find helmets and stuff. The track itself was pretty cool. I ran 3 races and finished first in all 3. It was fun, but in all honesty, the 9 horsepower karts were pretty underwhelming. Like, I can run that entire track wide open. Also, the kart I had in the last race had some kind of issue. I tried explaining that to the guy that worked there, but he was busy kicking some kids off of the property, so I just left. Alright, another successful karting session in the books. So we are headed back to Schaunerlinde station to catch the train back down to central Berlin. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. The track is really cool. I really like that track. Like, I would love to race like a 206 or something on that track. That would be a lot of fun. Their cart fleet needs a little help. The last cart that I got in, I think there was something broken on it because like the throttle would sputter. It would get up to full throttle and then kind of sputter a little bit. I assume it wasn't enough fuel getting into the carburetor, but like the last race that I was in, those guys in the race, like, I don't know what they did wrong, but they did something and ticked off the guy running the cart place. And so when I got out of the go-kart, I was trying to tell the guy, I'm like, hey, I think there's something wrong with this go-kart. And he was just like so busy yelling at the other guys that are on the track and wound up kicking them off the property. And so that was my last race, so I was gonna leave anyway. But I'm like walking out of the facility, I'm like, okay, thanks you guys, I appreciate it, Donka, you know. And they're just like way preoccupied with kicking these other guys off the property. But I didn't lose my glasses, that's good. So after go-karts, it was back to Schaunerlinde station to grab the train back towards central Berlin. On the way back, I stumbled upon the Gesundbrunnen Center Mall. I actually have a good amount of footage of this mall that I'll show later in the video, but I did find this massive bulk candy display and I just couldn't help but to grab a bag full.
I don't know what this is.
From there, it was back to Rosenthaler. So this is the City Chicken right next to the hostel where I'm staying, and I haven't eaten here, but it must be really good because there's always a line. Like late at night, there will be a line all the way out there, like for this chicken place. I don't know what is going on in there, but it must be pretty good. Alright, what's up guys? We are back here at the hostel hanging out in the lobby. So I was gonna go out to dinner tonight, but I ate all of that candy. and then I felt like crap after that. So I haven't eaten anything. But yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I'd like to go shopping at some point while we're here. Just like go to the mall, you know, and shop. So yeah, we'll see what happens. But for now, we're chilling. I'm gonna go over there and charge the devices and then go get a good night's sleep. So see you guys on Donnerstag. Bye. Okay, guten Morgen alles. Heute ist Donnerstag. Ich trinke meine zweite Tasse Kaffee. So I'm a bit of a mall rat, and so I'm looking at the Mall of Berlin. Apparently that's the big mall here, so I want to check that out. Also, I was kind of interested in taking that boat tour thing that boards right next to the DDR museum. That seems like that could be kind of a fun thing to do while I'm here. So I might check that out as well. If I get time, I might go back up to where we were yesterday and get some shots of that mall. I can't remember what it's called. It starts with a G. I'll put the name right there. So we're gonna finish our coffee and then go upstairs and get ready here in a couple hours. And looks like a nice day out there today. So yeah, finish my coffee and then we'll get going. So we are headed back towards the DDR museum to take a 1-hour boat tour on the River Spree. Alright, I found the boats. That's our boat back there if you can see it. So we gotta wait about 20 minutes. So we're kind of hanging out in the shade. He asked me if I wanted to get on now. I was like, no, I want to go sit in the shade. And then he like looked at me like I'm crazy because I didn't want to get on the boat. It's like, dude, there's no shade over there. So I'll be honest, doing this kind of touristy stuff always feels a little cheesy, but I thought it'd be a great way to get some good shots, and it just might be a fun experience, and I wound up being right on both counts. It really was a lot of fun and totally worth it. Danke. Cheers. Okay, so in order to get to the mall, we need to take the 200 bus to Zoologischer. I'll tell you, some of the architecture in this city is just beautiful. I'm kind of sorry that I'm not going to be able to see all of it, you know, but it really is amazing. Alright, we are in the mall. Ooh, what about this? I want to ride down. Oh, that's a bathroom. So they charge you €1 to go to the bathroom? That's fun. Christ. Here. Okay, so I got my flag. Yay! McDonald's here behind me with the subway. I'm not eating McDonald's in the subway, get real. Asia Pavilion, check out the menu of this place. Okay, so I got the Frittata Hähnchen, which is basically fried chicken, from this place. It's called Chef's King. I couldn't decide, so it's like 4 p.m. and so I don't want to wreck my dinner like I did yesterday, so I just wanted to grab like kind of a snacky sort of thing, and so this is kind of small, but yeah, there's my lunch, aka pre-dinner. Alright, food court food. They're good. It's good for food court food, for sure. This mall is really nice. I really love the design in here. The decor and the layout and, you know, like the wooden paneling and stuff. It's very cool. So the Mall of Berlin is approximately 818,000 square feet across 2 wings and 4 floors. I actually got a good amount of footage of this mall, and you're only looking at a fraction of it. I may go back and do a full video about this mall someday. I like the colors, like the black and white checkered brick kind of thing. It's pretty cool. I really like the design in here. Taschen Paradies? I don't know what Paradies is. Doge. He's so cute. Ticket to the bathroom. How? Oh, okay. The mall seems very much at capacity until you get up to the 4th floor of the east wing where the slide is. There you see a number of empty storefronts. Oh, there are a lot of non-existent storefronts up here. The mob website says there are 250 shops, which I've seen estimated to around the 68% occupancy rate, which on the surface is not great. But the tenants that are in the mall are pretty concentrated, so the alive part of the mall is still pretty busy and feels very substantial. Once I was finished in the Mall of Berlin, I wanted to go back to Gesundbrunnen Center to get a closer look and grab some more footage. But first... I'm 12. What can I say? That was fun. Okay, I'm down here at Potsdamer Platz, waiting for the train to go back up to Gesundbrunnen, because I want to get some extra shots of that mall up there. So, and if my feet can take it, maybe walk around a little bit.
Is what life is? A half night's sleep and a quarter life crisis. Oh, it sounds so tragic, or am I just over dramatic? No, no, I'm not ready to say goodbye. Can only live one day at a time. Oh, no, I'm not ready. Oh, no, no, I'm not ready.
So Gesundbrunnen Center is a 270,000 square foot mall in the Gesundbrunnen district of Berlin. It's about 1/3 the size of the Mall of Berlin and is reported to have around 110 shops. So while Gesundbrunnen Center is smaller and has fewer options than Mall of Berlin, it likely has a higher occupancy rate, which means less empty storefronts.
There's nothing fair about farewells. Every time has come to say goodbye to my youth, but I always hated goodbyes. Make a joke of it to avoid the truth. Time's up, the clock ran out quick. I kept checking.
The mall is directly adjacent to the Gesundbrunnen station, which is a major transit hub, so the mall sees a lot of its success because of the amount of traffic passing through the area every day. It also gives Gesundbrunnen Center more of a local neighborhood feel as opposed to Mall of Berlin, which is in Potsdamer Platz and is more catered towards the tourist scene. As a result, Gesundbrunnen Center has a bit more of a scrappy feel, but it's still a pretty legit mall with a lot of cool stuff. I really like it. It even has a TK Maxx and a full-size grocery store called Ruhe Center, which I will proceed to mispronounce in this next clip.
Okay, I went into the Ruhe Center, I think that's how you pronounce it, up there, to get a few snacks and stuff. It's kind of a grocery store. And the line, I mean, that place is like a Kroger, and the line was halfway back to the store. So you can imagine, it was like a 20-minute wait just to buy $7 euros worth of groceries. So yeah, we're headed back to the station to get on the S2 to get back down to where the hostel is, back to Rosenthaler. So yeah, by the time we get there, it should be time to think about getting some food and maybe a drink or something. So, yep. Okay, we're in an Italian restaurant next to the hostel. I don't remember what it's called. I'll get the name of it on the way out and put it right here. This is the name of the restaurant. I got a banana nectar. Oh my god, that's really good. It's very rich, but it tastes like bananas. So we have lasagna on the way. So yeah, it's a pretty cool place. Lots of wine bottles and things all over the place. So yeah. Okay, my food has arrived. We have lasagna here, looking pretty good. And banana nectar, which is, I've already established is pretty good. So let's see. I'm so excited. It looks so good. Pretty good. Oh wow, it's really good. It's the cheese that they put on it is so good. It's hard to make out what is what, but can you see? Can you guys see? I'm dripping it on the table. So yeah, this place is like right in front of the hostel that I'm staying at. Right by Rosenthaler Place. So you can actually see Rosenthaler Station right there. Here's the sign for it. Rosenthaler Platz. That's the name of the place, La Cantina. Oh, it's pretty good. Very filling. Alright, so I'm gonna go back over to the hostel now and kind of chill out, charge the devices and all that, get cleaned up. And so, yeah, I guess we'll see you guys on Pizza Freitag. Bye. Cheers. What's up, everybody? It is Pizza Freitag. So we're about to head over to a place down there. It's called Slice. I don't remember the name of it, but we'll see it when we get there. So yeah, I don't really have much planned for. No, I'm good. I'm trying to shoot. So we are headed down to a place called Slice Society down there to get a slice of pizza. It's a little afternoon. It's almost 12:30. So yeah, got a little bit of a late start today, but that's cool. I don't really have much on the agenda for today. I need to do laundry, so we'll probably do that. And then just kind of hang out around the hostel and then maybe get pizza for dinner as well. So yeah, let's head on down there and see what kind of pizza we can find.
So just to kind of take you back to what happened there, one of my biggest pet peeves is being approached by solicitors in public. I knew street scams were a big issue in tourist-heavy areas in major European cities, so I tried to be pretty vigilant about that while I was out and about during the entire 3-week trip.
Place looks fun.
The day before, when I was waiting for the boat, I was approached by a young lady with a clipboard asking me to sign some kind of petition. I quickly told her I wasn't interested, and she just moved on to the people sitting next to me. They started talking, and then the guy running the boat tour suddenly yelled up and said, "Don't sign it!" I didn't think much of it at the time, but later I looked it up, and apparently clipboard scams like this are a thing in European tourist areas. Like, they'll use a fake petition or a charity as a way to get you engaged and then pressure you for money, or just present a distraction for other scammers to swoop in. So I've always had a pretty simple rule with street solicitors: I just don't engage. I'm probably a little more brusque than I need to be, and I hate the idea of being rude to someone who might actually have a legitimate reason for approaching me, but I just don't want to find out the hard way, and I want to communicate with them that I'm not an easy mark and I'm not open to being influenced. In fact, as a general rule, I never engage with anyone who cold solicits me on the street for anything anywhere. Maybe I'm just overly cautious, but I just don't take chances. Now, with that said, let's get some pizza.
Just drive your motorcycle down the sidewalk. That's cool. Here we go. Slice Society. New York style, hey? Vodka pizza? What the hell is vodka pizza? How do you put vodka on pizza? I'm sure that's not what they mean by that, but... Alright, we got our pizza on the way, and I got a Coke Zero too. We are number 5. This is a small Coke Zero for 2 pieces of pizza, so we're gonna have to drink that in moderation. Alright, so we got our pizzas. Not too long of a wait, maybe like 5 minutes or so, if that. They look pretty good. Unfortunately, we got like the hottest room in the house here. There's only one table behind me and there's people sitting there, and then there's this bar area that's right by the window and the sun is like beating down, so it's pretty hot in here, but it should be really good. Very good. Very good. The crust is really crispy. I really like that. Alright, well that hit the spot. That was really good. I'm kind of happy now. So yeah, having our Coke Zero. We're walking back over to the hostel to grab our laundry, and so we can get that done. So yeah, very exciting stuff we're doing today. We're spinning and winning. Got about a 30-minute wait.
So after spending about 90 minutes taking care of laundry, I decided to head out on foot and just kind of explore. I made my way to this little Japanese konbini to get a snack, and from there I found my way to this really neat little fountain park.
Oh, this is nice. I like this. So for those of you who don't know, this is called ramune. It's cool to have from time to time, I guess. The way you open it is really interesting. I'll show you. So it comes with one of these little plunger things, and what you do, there's a marble in there, sealing it shut. And so you stick this little thing on top of the marble, and then you just push it down like this. Like that. So there's this little marble in there, see? Not bad. Yuzu citrus flavor. They have teriyaki chips. The teriyaki flavor is very subtle. Otherwise, it just tastes like potato chips.
Up to this point, the week had been very busy. It's been a lot of running around, trying to pack as much as I could into each day. But taking the time to slow down, enjoy the park, and walk around the city gave me a chance to appreciate being there a little more. This is really cool. I've heard it said that Berlin is sort of Germany's odd man out, that compared to other cities around Germany, Berlin is a bit more scruffy and rough around the edges. Without having been anywhere else in Germany, I could see that Berlin definitely has a bit of a scrappy feel. There's a lot of graffiti, there are unsavory characters about, the landscaping needs a lot of work, and the city just has this unkempt feeling. Coming here from Helsinki, it took a few days for me to adjust to that, but by the end of the week, I was starting to grow an appreciation for Berlin. Like, this might sound weird, but having grown up in a city that has its own share of rough edges, to me I think that scruffiness gives Berlin a bit of charm and a sense of authenticity.
We're off to dinner! Pizza Freitag Part 2. We're going to a place up here called Standard Special Pizza? Something like that. Or Standard Serious? Standard Serious, I think it is. Standard Serious Pizza. So, yeah. Should be about a 10-minute walk up this way. So is this it up here on the left? Where these umbrellas are? Maybe? Oh cool, thank you, Danke. So I was asked to not post any videos of this place, so we're just gonna point it that way, and that way they're not on video, I guess. Okay, so I ordered water, and I got a bottle. Gave me like a bottle of water. I'm sure I'm gonna have to pay for that. So it wasn't the free water that I was hoping for. That's okay. It's good water. Alright, here you go, guys. It's really good. It's not cut. I was like, it's not cut? She's like, no, do you want me to cut it for you? And I was like, no, I guess not. I guess if people, if people cut their own pizza, I guess that's fine. But yeah, it looks really good. Look at that. I'm probably not gonna eat all that, but it looks really good. That's what it looks like. It looks really good. I'm so excited about this. Really good. It's not really what I'm used to, but it's really good. I really like it. Well, that was really good. That really hit the spot, and it wasn't too much. I was afraid it would be too much, and I'd have to take it back to the hostel and then have them put it in the fridge, and then I'm like, well, when am I gonna eat this now? I've never had pizza like that before. That was really cool. The crust was like really thin. Like, there were a couple of times I looked at the crust and I'm like, I'm not eating paper, am I? But no, it was really good. I'm just not used to eating pizza like that. Very satisfied. So we're walking back to the hostel now. I'm gonna have a couple of drinks and try to converse with the other people who stay in the hostel. I've been kind of keeping to myself and being a little weird. So I feel like I should, take it upon myself to participate in the hostel experience. And try to converse with my compatriots, co-patriots, what's the word? Compatriots, something like that. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Anyway, we're going back to the hostel, gonna have a couple drinks, and then crash for the night. So yeah. Alright, what's up guys? Today is Saturday morning. It's just after noon, I think. So today we're gonna go to some of the markets. I don't remember what all of them are called. I'll just put them right there. This is where we're going today. So, yeah, I think the first one is called Market Hall 9, I think. So, it's like southeast here. We have to take a bus for a while. I think it's like 20-30 minutes away. Surprising. So there's a big van parked right here at the bus stop. So hopefully I will see the bus will see me, and we'll get on it. Yeah, I had a hard time sleeping last night. I hung out with some of the people staying in the hostel, and they were cool. It was a lot of fun. Alright, I think we found it. I didn't go too hard, but I'm old. I can't hang the way that I used to.
Okay, so here we are at Market Hall 9, a large indoor market that dates back to the 1800s.
Ice cream!
Today it seems to largely be a food hall, offering all kinds of stuff, from fresh produce to baked goods to meats. There do exist a few booths with people selling little knickknacks and art and such.
More pastries.
I struggled a little with suitcase size the whole trip, and by the time I made it back to Washington, my bags were busting at the seams, so I had to be very selective with what I was bringing back. But this market did have a lot of good stuff. I was very impressed.
Really good. Oh, python. Oh, the meat. Check that out.
Wir wandern nach Görlitzer-Platz, dann wir fahren nach Winterfeldmarkt. Yeah? Is that right? Once I got finished at Market Hall 9, I took the U-Bahn back towards the west to check out the Winterfeldplatz market. But on the way, I found something rather interesting.
Woolworth. I've like stepped into a time warp here. I feel like we gotta do that.
Yes, Woolworth in Berlin is a thing. In fact, it is quite the thing. So real quick on this, the way I understand it, Woolworth's presence in Germany dates back to the 20s. When the American parent company went belly up in 98, the German subsidiary became the DWW Deutsche Woolworth Gumbach & Co. through a management buyout. These stores still exist today. So yes, Woolworth is still totally a thing in Germany. In fact, the German Woolworth company apparently has 5,000 stores across mainland Europe. Woolworth closed in the US when I was still a kid, so while I'm sure I've been to one in my life, I certainly don't remember it. My understanding is that it was like a five and dime kind of store. I'm not sure how close this is to that experience, but the Woolworth we're standing in strikes me as like Big Lots from Temu.
Is this what Woolworth was like?
I didn't spend a whole lot of time in there, but I did get asked to stop filming by the employees, and so that's the end of our time in Woolworth.
Ooh. Alright, let's get the hell out of here before we break something. So I got scolded in Woolworth for filming. They didn't like that. But I got my Fanta Zero raspberry. Some kids are yelling at me from the car. Probably because I'm filming. Either that or because I'm ugly. Maybe they're yelling because they like what they see. Maybe that's it.
Okay, next up was the Winterfeldplatz Market, a weekly outdoor market that also dates back over 100 years.
It's a cool looking church. Lots of crafty stuff.
This is the kind of thing I wanted to see. Winterfeldplatz seemed to be a great mixture of food vendors and general merch vendors, which is exactly what I was looking for. There was a really great selection of a lot of different things here. The market was cool, but I honestly found it really difficult to shoot here. So I try to respect people's privacy when I film in public, but it was a really busy market on a Saturday afternoon, so capturing the market and not inadvertently getting people in the frame was almost impossible. As a rule, if I know someone doesn't want to be filmed, I won't film them, full stop. And as I moved through the market, I noticed a number of vendors with signs saying not to take photographs. As my week in Germany went on, filming in public just seemed to be a bigger question than it was in Finland or the US or even the following week in the UK. It just seemed like the expectations were a little different there. Nonetheless, as a foreigner, I saw myself as being in their home, so I tried to respect the flow as best I could, but it definitely made it incredibly hard to shoot and then edit things like this.
Really cute though. Look, they have little whales. Oh, they got little avocados. Look, they're so cute. Cannolis, let's go. Oh, what is that? Oh, it's so good. Is that ice cream? Mocha ice? Oh, that looks brilliant. This cannolis are really good, by the way. They were really good. So I also got some of this. This is licorice mint.
So after Winterfeldplatz, I had some time to kill before dinner. So I went back over to Alexanderplatz to visit some of the shops and check out the World Clock, a monument I had wanted to see that I had totally forgotten about earlier.
Alright, we're back here at Alexanderplatz, and I found the World Clock. It's right there. So let's go check it out.
So the World Clock is another East German monument built in 1969 during the redesign of Alexanderplatz. It's essentially a very slow spinning 24-sided disc that tells you the time anywhere in the world, basically.
That's what time it is back now. It's a pretty cool shopping center over here. So, I don't know. I might walk in one of these places and check it out. Have a souvenir from over here with the walkie guys. I like this. Ampoman? Is that what he's called? That would be. Oh, they have pasta too. No way. That's cool. I had to get an East German flag from a street vendor. Bye, Alexanderplatz. Okay, we're back at Potsdamer Platz. I feel like we're doing a lot of back and forth. That's honestly what it feels. I swear I've passed this station like twice today. This place is nowhere near as big as I thought it was going to be. Alright, you guys, change of plan. I left the food court thing over there because there's this place over here called Lindenbrau. It's a microbrewery. I felt this would be a lot more appropriate for my last night here in Berlin. So I have ordered the Hopfinger Bio Nacho Trube, which is supposedly like their signature beer. Good stuff. Good stuff. And the currywurst. I feel like that's a pretty good dinner for last night here. Currywurst. So cool. So yeah, it is my last night here. That's really good. I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't a little sad. I am a little sad. I'm gonna miss this place. This has definitely been an experience of a lifetime. This is a place I've wanted to come since I was like in my mid-teens. So when I first started studying German, so yeah, it's been kind of a dream come true for a long time. So I'm really glad we got to experience this. Alright, you guys, it is Sunday, May 31st. Today is travel day. We are flying to London. Our flight is at 5 o'clock, so minus 3 hours early that I like to get there. Puts us there at around 2. Takes about an hour to get there, so we leave here at around 1. Checkout time is at noon, and I like to grab some lunch before we go, and it is just after 11. So we're working on getting everything together and checking out of here. So this is where I stayed. This is the Circus Hostel on Rosenthaler Platz. So I thought that I would go in and give you guys a tour and kind of show you what I've been working with for the past week. So let's go. All right. So here we are. the key card has Hasselhoff on it. There's a cafe right here next door.
So if you watch part 1, you'll know that at the Diana hostel in Helsinki I had my own room. But here at the circus I stayed in a 10-person mixed dorm. This was my first experience staying in a dorm-style hostel, so it took some getting used to. The biggest challenge for me was working out logistics when it came to showering and getting access to all my clothes and things like that in the morning. So I'm a pretty early riser. I usually wake up at around 6 a.m. just on my own. But the rest of the dorm wasn't fully awake until housekeeping came in at around 10 a.m. some days. So every night I would pack my backpack with my laptop, my chargers, my toothbrush, and all that. Then in the morning, I would just grab my bag, sneak out of the dorm, and spend the mornings hanging out in the lobby so I didn't disturb everyone.
So there's a bar down here that I didn't get a chance to visit. I did go in there. They're closed today until 6. I did get a chance to go in there and kind of snoop, but I didn't get anything to drink.
I know most people staying in hostel dorms know that they will have to deal with people getting up, rummaging through bags and all that. But I didn't want to add any unnecessary inconvenience for people, so I did my best to stay out of the way and not be a problem. The hostel itself was really cool. There were a lot of younger people staying there, and every night they would hang out in the front patio. Of course, I have a ton of social anxiety, so I spend most evenings hanging out in the lobby by myself. But after a few nights, I worked up enough courage to invite myself to hang out with them. They were super welcoming. We shared our experiences traveling and what we did back home. It was really fun to feel like I was one of the cool kids again. Coming to the Rosenthaler area after being in a more modest part of Helsinki was a bit of a culture shock to me. It took a couple days to get used to everything, but the circus was a great place for me to stay. All the facilities were kept up very well and the staff was super accommodating. In fact, the only complaint I have is that they didn't have any coffee on hand, so I had to buy coffee from the cafe next door. But if I'm ever in the area again, I would certainly consider staying at the circus.
Alright, so we're back over here at Frittenberg again, having lunch. I got the poutine, the barbecue chicken poutine, and a Coke Zero. So I've actually never had poutine before. I've heard about it, I kind of know what it is, but I've never had the privilege or the opportunity to have it. So that's good. That's pretty good. Yeah. The hostel was pretty cool though. I surprisingly slept really well over there, considering that there were 10 people in that dorm, and this is like gotta be the busiest place in the galaxy. But I actually slept fairly well. I slept through the night every night that I've been here, which is amazing because lately, like the past couple months, I've been going through this thing where I wake up at like 2:30 in the morning for some reason. Then it takes like an hour and a half for me to get back to sleep, so it was actually good to get some good sleep over there. Okay, so we're on the M8 and the train was pulling up right as I got to the stop, so that was good timing. So bye Rosenthaler Plus, Danke. Berlin Hauptbahnhof, where we figure out what the hell an effects bus is. Alright, so we're inside. This place is cool. There's like a whole mall here. So there's the board. I think that's our train right there. This one right here. It's going to the Flughafen. Man, this place is really cool. It reminds me of Final Fantasy VII for some reason. Lots of stores and stuff, goes all the way down. Here we go. 8464. So check this out. Here at Berlin Airport, they have this thing called nap cabs, which I assume is like if you have like a really long layover or something, or if you're stranded, you can book some time to go in there and sleep. I need that at work. I work at home. I have that at work. I'm just kidding. I don't take naps when I'm... Okay. Alright, here we are, guys, at gate D2 to catch our flight to London. I got myself a cookie and a Coke Zero. So, security took about 10 minutes, and then we had to go through passport control, which took about, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 minutes, something like that. So we're here, and we're ready to go. Looks like everything's on time. Thanks so much, everybody, for watching. So part 3, which I guess there would be a thumbnail right here or something like that. Yeah, click there. Anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Check out part 3 where we will be in London next week. So be super awesome. Like and subscribe. Thanks so much, guys.